What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky review, we're going to take a look at this. It's the HD Gundam The Origin MSD line RX7801N Gundam Local Type, North American Type. They just keep finding a way to get the names even longer. I thought the gun cannon was going to have the longest name. So this is, of course, a recolor slash extra parts added on version of the old school local type that we got from, I don't know, a couple years ago, which was, in fact, the second review ever on this channel. And yeah, so this guy came out not too long ago, and I had to get it because the color scheme is just friggin' awesome. So you got EFF prototype mobile suit, got some great artwork right there. You got over-the-shoulder cannon going boom, boom. And you got explosions going on back here. Very, very nice explosions, not gonna lie. Though, that is a heck of a battlefield if you look at it. Like, there's just everything exploding around behind him. And no other mobile suits that I can see. But you've got all the things down here. Bandai 2017, so it sucks that I couldn't get this in my best and worst list, because it would probably do pretty good. Now, if I come down here, you got obligatory front and rear shot right there. And get a whole read up on that. If you want to go ahead and read that, go right ahead. Alright, and then if you come over here, you get a read up on the MSD and all this stuff like that. If you want to read that, go right ahead. So if you come around to this side, of course, you got HD Gundam The Origin, number 17 from the MSD line, BandaiHobby.net, all the long names in the world. And at last, you've got Action Pose, Shoulder Cannon, Shield, Machine Gun for a mobile suit. Really? Didn't even think about that. Various gimmicks let you reproduce realistic action poses from the animation. It wasn't ever animated. Beam sabers. And you've got gimmick and detail. Gun does things, knee does other things. It's got 3 hands. It's only got 2 arms, 3 hands. Markings. You got stickers and such. Weapons can do all the thingies. And you come over here. You got do not stick a local type in your 3-year-old's face. Duh. And you've got 2,000 yen right there. They've got on the toilet. And illustration is by Yuta Otani. Planeta. It's kind of been the deal with these MSD line things from Origin. New version of an old Gundam. Still upside down. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut to the build montage. If there is a build montage, we'll find out right about now. And here we have the local type, North American type, all done and done. And honestly, I don't know why it's called the North American type, or what designates it. The only thing that's different about it is the color scheme and the weapons. Other than that, it's very, very similar to the one we've already seen. I mean, the mold is exactly the same with the exception of the backpack. So, but it's all done up in this brown. It's definitely a brown color. And this is either a very dark brown or pretty much a black, sometimes hard to tell. On camera, it looks black. In real life, it looks like a very dark brown. You do get the same cool red sunglasses and visor. Looks really good. You get the same tiny red stickers there and there. You also get the V-fin that always breaks on people. Unfortunately, or should I say, fortunately, I didn't break it this time, as of yet. But the last time I broke it in the review, so what I'm going to not do is that. I like it, and the thing that really differentiates this thing from its predecessor is the extra striping. So we've got the orange bits all around here, though on packaging and original promo images, they looked very red. And if you guys recall, Josh Como did a version of this, but an MG scale using the Origin type regular ARC 78, but he painted his in red as well. So it's kind of a toss-up on whether or not it's red or it's orange. Now, before we go too far, we can go ahead and compare to the original, which is right here. So you can see they're exactly the same, except for the angle of their V-fin, because this one got broken and had to be fixed. So it is what it is. And like I said, all of it is the same with the exception of the backpack. Now you do get this backpack with this guy. You just don't ever use it. Though I don't believe you get the thruster, so really wouldn't do you any good. And because it is the same kit, you can in fact swap these. So if you have this guy but you want to, give it a little bit more detail from this one, or vice versa, you want to give this guy a new set of backpack or even the shoulder cannons, totally doable. And when we get through the end, maybe I'll show that off. But otherwise, you can see the details are mostly the same. Here and there, some of the stickers might just be a little bit different, but for the most part, it's just the same. But like you get these extra bits here on the chest and the skirts, even the side skirts, whereas this is a single stripe. This one wraps all the way around, like so. This one doesn't have a thigh stripe. This one does, so it's got the little garter. And I was tempted because I have that other local type that I've been working on, and it has a sticker sheet. I was really tempted to actually put the kind of grayish or silverish stickers on this to see what it would look like. But due to the nature of needing to review this, I didn't. However, by all means, somebody else, see if you can pull that off. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Alright, so let's get this guy out of here. Do one more quick comparison with the 21st century type. Now this is based off of the Revive. This is a different mold, more or less. But since they're similar in color, I figured it'd be interesting to show it off. It's funny that this one's taller. They're both RX-78s. This one is taller. And part of me really wishes I had another go at this, because you guys know my woes when it involves this one. So I think this guy probably is now my favorite as for color scheme versus this one, but it is what it is. Get that out of here. Now for accessories, you can tell right off the bat he's got two beam sabers back here. Now the original instructions kind of have you do that right off the bat, and realistically, if I could find it, there it is. You can keep the third one on the forearm. It actually kind of tells you to do this, just as the instructions go. So you actually do get 3 beam sabers to actively use on this. However, you only get 2 blades. But it gives you a multitude of things you can do here. So you can actively play with it like this. Just have it in normal beam saber holding mode. Like so. Or if you want to get real crazy, you can even tuck these in here. Now, I don't recall if I showed this off with the previous local type, but you can totally do this, and I've seen a lot of images in or online doing this. It may actually be in the instructions. I think it might actually show you doing this. Now, for the most part, you just always want to leave that one over the right shoulder. Now, these guys do get other storage and other playability with the shield. And the shield is exactly the same as the previous. So even the stickers are the same, minus the red right there. Looks good. I like the color swap here, because if you put this one on here, it would just disappear. So I like that. I like the change up there. And of course, you can pull these guys off of here, which they sometimes really stick. That does impress me sometimes. And just have them underneath the shield. Actually, really do appreciate this little tiny like ground type shield. I don't know why, I just do. So, of course, the shield does a multitude of things. You have it where you can totally plug it on the forearm, like so. And you get a little bit of rotatability out of it, like that. Come to me. Now, you can also do the sandwich board style sign mode. Right there, looks really good. He can put himself up for sale. Gundam for sale! Comes in new brown and black. Anybody want a new Gundam? Not to be confused with a new Gundam. Now it does have a third storage mode. I like this part actually. So you get this little bitty adapter right here. This thing actually comes with a multitude of adapters that all go to the backpack. And you can play with this however you like, but either way, you unplug either side. Honestly, doesn't matter. Just insert this here. Right in there. There's a polycap inside that thingy. And you just tab it on like it's a backpack. That's pretty neat. And of course you retain the ability to rotate it. And if you can have it up real high if you want. You can just rotate it. Do it like so. It's your toy. Do what you want. Or your model kit. Whatever. And if you're crazy, you can put the beam sabers there too. Come on. There we go. Now, since we're on the backpack, we'll take a quick look. I'm going to go ahead and pull these off. The beam sabers really don't hold very well in there. They don't tab in or anything. So this backpack is all new. And you do get 5 little verniers on there. These are just on those weird little ball joint polycaps. I'm sorry, these 3 are. These are just plugged in here. Now I might come back later and add some chrome or something to these, make them stand out a little. I like that they're maneuverable. Stuff like that. It's pretty fun. I like details. You got stickers on there. Looks really good. Now, of course, you guys are all going, wait, isn't there another thing that goes on there? Yes, there is. It is a shoulder cannon. Now, this guy is, of course, from the Origin Gundam MG. And, of course, I throw it on this one. Because why wouldn't you? Looks really good. Just basic 2-piece, 3-piece construction. And I just added this sticker here. It's not necessary, but I figured it looked good. Same thing over here. And because you guys know me, I went ahead and added the camera stickers using some of the extra green foil from... Wow, that's a loud truck. The extra green foil left over from the Gym. And you do just plug it in to the shoulder. Not shoulder, but the backpack. Whatever. The over-the-shoulder cannon holder. And we can tilt the camera up just a little bit. And it does just do the thing. Pew, 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 pew. Now, it doesn't pivot or anything, so that's kind of a weakness of it. But you can compact it back fairly nicely. Like so. Looks good. I like it. Get it nice and tight over the shoulder. Poof. Poof. Boom. Yay. Alright. And, of course, he has one last thingy. And it is the machine gun. And I used a little bit of the red foil sticker left over just for that. It needs to be a little bit better, honestly. Or hit it with some... it actually should be more of a pinkish purple, so I need to find some of that. Throw a sticker on there just for the heck of it. Same thing on that side. And just like before, it is your basic mobile suit type machine gun. That can fold back, although you'll never use that. You do have the side handle, though you'll never use that. You get the same trigger hand that you get with the regular local type, where the trigger finger is actually part of the back of the hand, and it tabs in. So it's one of the most secure HG hands, period, pretty much. And you just unplug the regular hand, plug in this hand, and now you're ready to pew, 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 pew. Because this is a big pew, pew. And now he's like really armed effectively. Like, what is going on here? Like, the actual pivot slides a little much. So, looks really good. I like it. Now, I complained about it before. They fixed it this time. You now have weapon storage for the gun. So, go ahead and yank the hand off. And I think it only works really on this side due to the way the clippy works. So, you have this new little adapter here. And... just take your gun. You've got this little groove right there. And kind of slide it up in there, or I tried sliding it. I don't think it really works, so you just want to clip it on over it. Now, mind you, if you do this a lot, I bet it's going to wear out. But I'm just happy we now have machine gun storage. Probably the hardest place to even reach to get it, but it's there. And if you want to leave your little weird zombie hand on there, it's probably a little bit easier. So you just yank your hand off and put a new one on. It just is what it is. And no, you can't really put the gun on this side. Although, hold on. I didn't consider this. Maybe you can. I may have just talked out of my booty. Because I did not consider that that actually will go both ways. Haha. So the only way you can't do it is by you cannot hold the machine gun in his left hand, but you can totally do the over-the-shoulder cannon that way. Wow. Okay. I caught myself off guard on that one because I honestly wasn't thinking about it. And if you really want to maximize it, change things up a bit. Get your shield on your backpack as well. So you can just really arm this guy up. Looks cool. Now, I've already pretty much mentioned all the stickers. I definitely suggest adding the markings and things. Normally I wouldn't because I don't like big numbers and stuff like that, but it really does complete the look on these origin kits. So that's pretty much the only reason I do it. I really do dig them. Some of them don't fit as well as I wish they would. There's only a few places where it gets a little bit iffy, depending on how close you get to the edge, like around here, or if you get any overlap up here on the shoulders, and some of the wrapping stickers around arms and leg parts can be a little bit iffy, but other than that, they're pretty good. I like the return of the red visor, although it's not necessary. This guy, always be careful. I think I've already popped it off once, so I would always suggest gluing the little crystal guy to the V-fin and into the head to make your life easy. Now, talking articulation, he has a ball joint up here and a ball joint down there and a hinge in the middle, so he can headbang, boom, 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 boom. Not really a turkey neck. Well, I guess it can turkey neck. But he can look down that far. He can look up that far. Hey, what's that? What's up there? I need to shoot it. Boo. I realize that's not how recoil works. It does rotate all the way around, and you're going to be careful so you don't break your V-fin like you broke the other V-fin. It does have little molded in Vulcans. You can paint those silver if you really want to. I didn't do it this time, though I did it on the other one. Now his head is crooked. it's like it's not sitting on the ball joint properly. There we go. Alright, the shoulders do a thing. They go all the way around. They are kind of a captured upward swinging shoulder, so you don't get a butterfly, but you get a wah. You can do the iron cross if you need to. Just okay. And the shoulder flip-flops like just the armor. It'll flip-flop a little bit on its own, so you can get a raised shoulder like that, or you can get a lowered shoulder like that. Arms come out about that far. You can rotate at the bicep, and you can get a pretty good hi teacher. Hello, I'm American. And then you've got a double jointed elbow that gets you about that much. I like the big fat elbow pad, and of course these guys do have the cool joint coverage. I really do dig that. I like that on the first one. Slightly easier to see now that it's in a tan color. Rotate at the bicep again. There we go. And the wrist is just standard ball peg goodness. And for the torso, you do get an ab crunch. This torso assembles so much differently than the rest. So you can get it to ab crunch. I'm trying to keep it to where it's not doing it at the waist, where it's doing it at the top. Waist does rotate. You get, run into stuff a little bit. And of course, you can get some big lean back if you want and knock the gun off. I'll take it off anyways. It's kind of in the way. The skirts all move accordingly, though the side skirts don't go out very far. So you're not going to get a super Jean-Claude, although he would be able to get out pretty far if they didn't do that. Front skirts are separated, as you do. I always suggest that. But if there's a kit that it isn't good for, I will let you know. By the way, that little yellow crotch V-fin, I use a sticker. I don't feel like painting that. I'm going to paint yellow on top of dark brown. That's a mess I don't really want to bother with. You get forward kick, nice like that. And if you need a little bit more room, you can shift the hips forward and get it in a perfect 90 degree. And a further back kick as such. Back skirt does not move. Thigh rotation You can go all the way around. That sticker is extra because there's nowhere to put it. And once again, I don't know why you need your legs to rotate all the way around. You do get the big double jointed knee, but the armor gets in the way, keeps you from getting the full 180. Looks good though. And you come down to the ankles. I really like these ankles. I like the way it assembles. So you've got ball joint up there. Allows for rotation. Why did it just get so dirty? It's just been sitting here. And then you got hinge down here in the foot. The foot. So you can swing it out. You can tuck it in. So you can get an okay A stance. Like so. Like, hey, I'm a chocolate Gundam. I don't know why he's got that voice. Why does everybody sound like Barney Fife? I don't understand. It is what it is. And as previously stated, you can totally swap parts, no big deal. Though the white thrusters do a little bit wonky on that guy. So that one definitely looks good with a shoulder cannon. Now for my final thoughts, I really like this kit. Definitely worth the money. It is a little bit pricey. It always has been for some reason. This particular kit, the local type, has been fairly expensive, but I do dig it. It's always good, and I really like this color scheme. It definitely lends itself to being something a little bit different. So if you can get it, by all means, do. And of course, there's like further versions kind of coming. There's the one with all the heavier weapons and stuff, though that is more similar to a regular RX-78. And then there is the actual heavy Gundam coming. Very similar in color scheme. I don't know if it's exactly based off the same one, but if it is, even better. But the fact that it is all in the same kind of brownish and orange color scheme, I dig it. So that's it for this, guys. I want to thank my patrons as usual: John, Andy, Steve, and Colby. You guys are great. If you want to become a patroneer and join those guys right here on the screen, at bare minimum, you get to see stuff early, or you can tell me what you want me to review. Is what it is. Of course, Shoky merch, as always, right here on the screen, all the shirts and things. And right now, through the end of May, all purchases either there or the Lupus for Lupus store all go towards the Lupus for Lupus competition. And of course, if you want any more info on that, it is always up here and at the end. So that's it for the review of the local type, North American type, or the brown Gundam. It's brown. I'll catch you guys on the next review. And remember, as always, to keep on building.